What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the North Carolina versus Villanova college basketball matchup going down Thursday, November 23rd, 2023. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, make sure that you head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But let's get to this one between North Carolina and Villanova. North Carolina coming into this one off a 91-69 win over Northern Iowa in their last matchup. Meanwhile, Villanova 4-1 on the year after a 85-69 win over Texas Tech in their last matchup. Now let's start with North Carolina. North Carolina, on that surface, you see a 91-69 win over a decent Northern Iowa team, which was ranking-wise the toughest opponent that North Carolina had played this season. It was pretty good victory for North Carolina there, but I think you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt a little bit because Northern Iowa was actually up at the half in that game, by a 41-35 margin, and it was a 34-6 run in the first 10 minutes of that second half that really turned the tide and put the Panthers away for good in that one. And it took 12 threes from North Carolina in that game to really put Northern Iowa behind them. But now they go from the toughest matchup that they had all season in that game to a Villanova team that's a top 20 ranked team in KenPom. Villanova's most recent wins over Maryland and Texas Tech. They've looked really good. They beat Maryland by 17 points, beat Texas Tech by 16. Those two teams are in the top 60 in the KenPom rankings. And, I just think there's going to be some regression here for North Carolina. Like I said, those offensive numbers I don't think are sustainable for North Carolina. North Carolina probably going to have the best single player on the floor in Armando Bacot. He can be a bit of a matchup nightmare, especially for a smaller Villanova team that doesn't have many guys that are above 6'8". I think they've got one player that's above 6'8" on that roster, or maybe two, but the rest of them are 6'8" or shorter. So that could be problematic. But the thing is that while they are 6'8", there is a lot of length on this team in terms of getting their hands in passing lanes and stuff like that. And I think that Villanova is going to be a bit of a matchup nightmare for North Carolina. I'm not a big fan of this North Carolina team outside of Bacot and RJ Davis, maybe Harrison Ingram I like as well. But like I said, I'm not there with North Carolina. And we saw the Tar Heels in a few spots last year on a neutral floor, was where, Hubert Davis's team kind of fell apart. I mean, they lost to Alabama in 4 overtimes. Granted, it was a fantastic game, but they still lost that game. Lost by 12 to Indiana. They lost to Virginia Tech on the road. They lost to Iowa State on a neutral floor. So we've seen the North Carolina Tar Heels disappoint on a neutral floor. And this Villanova team, don't get me wrong, I swore off and I was a little bit upset after that loss to Penn. But I'm still very high on this team and their future. I think this is a really good Villanova team. I think this is a Villanova team that could potentially get to the Elite Eight, if not further, if their cards are played right. I think they're the better team in this matchup, if I'm being 100% honest. So I'm going to go with Villanova here plus the 1.5, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. While you're at Pick Dawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. And while you're at our YouTube channel, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pick Dawgz. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.